The silent departure. Commander Elena Reyes stood at the observation deck of Vortexa Station, watching the stars through the massive transparent dome. After 15 years of negotiations with the Galactic Alliance, she had finally seen enough. The latest report from Earth's Intelligence Division lay on her desk, confirming what she had suspected for years. The Alliance wasn't just stalling Earth's full membership. They were actively exploiting humanity while denying them equal standing. "Commander, the Vortexian Council is requesting your presence," said Lieutenant Marcus Chen, her communications officer. His usually calm face showed signs of tension. "Let them wait," Elena replied, her eyes still fixed on the distant blue dot that was Earth. "Have all our people received the coded message?" "Yes, Commander. Operation Exodus is already underway. Our civilians are quietly boarding transports, and our scientific teams are packing up their research. We have approximately 72 hours before the Vortexians notice the pattern." Elena nodded, finally turning away from the view. At 45, she had spent almost half her life representing humanity to alien species that viewed her people as fascinating but ultimately inferior. The Alliance, dominated by the ancient Vortexian civilization and their allies, had promised Earth full membership and equal rights. 15 years later, humans remained probationary members, while the Alliance harvested Earth's unique biological materials, art, culture, and innovation. "The file from Ambassador Jackson," she said, picking up the datapad. "Have you reviewed it?" Marcus nodded grimly. "It's worse than we thought. They've been harvesting DNA from Earth's oceans without permission. The deep-sea microorganisms they're collecting are being used in their longevity treatments. They've made billions while paying us nothing. And they never intended to grant us full membership." Elena completed the thought. "The voting records Jackson obtained prove it. The Council has been unanimous on this for 15 years. The door chimed, and a tall, slender alien with iridescent blue skin entered without waiting for permission. High Counselor Zex Terra moved with the fluid grace characteristic of Vortexians, his 4 eyes blinking in asynchronous patterns. "Commander Reyes, the Council has been waiting. This is most irregular," he said, his translator rendering his clicks and whistles into English. Elena met his gaze steadily. "I apologize for the delay, Counselor. I was just reviewing some interesting documents from Earth." Something in her tone made the alien pause. His upper eyes narrowed slightly. "Nothing concerning, I hope." "On the contrary," Elena said, sliding the data pad into her pocket. "Everything is finally clear. I'll join the Council shortly." After the Vortexian left, Elena turned to Marcus. "Accelerate the timeline. I want all humans off this station in 48 hours. And send the signal to Earth. Operation Exodus is now authorized at the highest level." 3 days later, Elena stood before the full Galactic Alliance Council, 37 alien species represented by their most distinguished diplomats. The chamber fell silent as she approached the central podium, her small human figure dwarfed by the massive architectural grandeur of the Vortexians. "On behalf of Earth and all human colonies," she began, her voice steady and clear, "I must inform you that we are withdrawing from the Galactic Alliance, effective immediately." The chamber erupted in noise. Some representatives stood, waving appendages in protest. Others changed colors rapidly, a sign of extreme distress in several species. High Counselor Zex Terra rushed forward. "Commander Reyes, whatever grievances Earth has, we can address them. The Alliance values humanity's participation. For 15 years, we have shared our culture, our science, our resources," Elena interrupted. "For 15 years, we followed your rules and waited for equal membership." She placed a data crystal on the podium. "This contains termination notices for all agreements between Earth and the Alliance. As we speak, all human citizens are returning to Earth-controlled space." The Caledonian representative, a squat amphibian creature, croaked in alarm. "This is absurd. Your coffee plantations alone support the economies of 12 worlds." Elena smiled slightly. You should have thought of that before deciding humans were good enough to trade with, but not good enough to join as equals. As she and her small staff walked toward the exit, whispers spread through the chamber. By morning, prices for human goods would quadruple. By the end of the week, panic buying would empty every warehouse of Earth products throughout Alliance space. Back on Earth, President Omar Sanjaya addressed the United Earth Federation from the Singapore Dome. His expression was solemn but determined as billions watched worldwide and across the colonies. People of Earth, today I confirm that humanity has withdrawn from all talks with the Galactic Alliance, he announced. Our intelligence services have discovered that while delaying our admission, the Alliance has secretly exploited Earth's resources without permission or compensation. Screens worldwide showed images of alien ships collecting rare plants from protected areas, taking water samples from deep oceans, and gathering DNA from wildlife reserves. We gave them friendship, Sanjaya continued. They gave us empty promises while taking what they wanted. Today, we choose to stand alone rather than kneel as servants. Deep beneath the Himalayas, Admiral Sarah Okonkwo displayed a holographic map of human positions throughout Alliance space to the Earth Defense Council. Operation Exodus is proceeding smoothly, she reported. 90% of humans have already returned to Earth-controlled space. Our trading ships are completing final deliveries and withdrawing. General John Wei raised a concern. The Alliance has grown dependent on several Earth exports. This withdrawal will cause significant disruption. That's precisely the point, Admiral Okonkwo replied. They need to understand what they're losing. She turned to her communications officer. Send encrypted orders to all Earth fleet vessels. Secure our solar system. Any approaching Alliance ships are to be warned once, then escorted away. No exceptions. On the Alliance capital world, Trade Minister Layla Khan placed a data crystal before the alien representatives. This contains termination notices for all trade agreements, technology exchanges, and scientific partnerships between Earth and the Alliance, she stated firmly. Effective immediately. The draconian representative, a tall insectoid being, clicked its mandibles in distress. This is madness. Your planet's music alone supports the entertainment industry across 17 systems. Layla stood, straightening her jacket. Perhaps you should have considered that before denying us equal status for 15 years. As the human delegations departed Alliance space, the true impact of Earth's decision began to emerge. On Station Proxima, the last human merchant vessel prepared for departure, Captain Samuel Okafor watched as alien merchants rushed frantically between shops, discovering human goods vanishing from shelves. Look, said his first officer, pointing to a group of Caledonian traders fighting over a small package. That's the last kilogram of chocolate on the station. They're offering a small fortune for it. Samuel shook his head. Operation Exodus doesn't wait for business opportunities. Seal the doors. We leave in 10 minutes. Across Alliance space, the same scene played out thousands of times. Human diplomats closed embassies, scientists packed up laboratories, tourists cut vacations short. All disappeared quietly, methodically, without explanation. On the luxury world of Nova Alpha, wealthy aliens gathered outside the closed doors of Earth House, the famous restaurant run by Chef Maria Rodriguez. A handwritten sign simply read, "Permanently closed. Thank you for your patronage." Inside, Maria carefully packed her cooking tools. Earth spices worth more than gold were sealed in secure containers. Her alien assistant Crix watched sadly. "The Draconians will riot when they learn your restaurant is gone," Crix said. "They travel across 5 systems just to taste your chili." Maria smiled slightly. Maybe they should have supported our membership bid then. In deep space, Earth's communication network changed overnight. Comlinks that had connected humans to alien worlds for decades went silent. The frequencies used for interspecies messages broadcast only one short statement: Earth communications temporarily unavailable. Commander Elena Reyes watched from the bridge of the flagship Defiant as Earth grew larger on the view screen. For the first time in decades, no alien ships orbited her homeworld. The space belonged to humans again. "Do you think they'll come after us?" asked Lieutenant Chen. Belina shook her head. "No, they'll beg us to come back. And when they do, the terms will be very different." Behind them, Earth's defense grid was already expanding. The isolation had begun, and the galaxy was about to learn just how much it needed humanity. The unexpected return. 6 months into Earth's withdrawal, Dr. Naomi Chen stood at her laboratory window overlooking the Seattle coastline. The sky was unusually clear, giving her a perfect view of the new orbital platforms that now encircled Earth. Humanity's rapidly constructed defense grid. "The latest test results are in," said her assistant, Dr. Raj Patel, excitement evident in his voice. "The quantum shield sustained against energy levels 3 times higher than anything in Alliance records." Naomi nodded with satisfaction. Without Alliance restrictions on certain fields of study, human scientists were making breakthroughs at an astonishing pace. "And the propulsion system?" "Success," Raj replied, displaying a holographic simulation. "The new drive can reach Alpha Centauri in 36 hours instead of 12 days. We've kept that capability hidden for years because the Alliance banned the research." Throughout Earth's solar system, similar scenes of rapid advancement played out. On Mars Colony, Governor Michelle Osei addressed the growing community of settlers. Behind her, the massive dome of New Armstrong gleamed in the red sunlight. "Our independence has accelerated our development," she announced. "With Earth's full support and without alien interference, Mars will be fully self-sufficient within 2 years instead of 15. The crowd cheered. A child raised her hand. "When will the aliens come back?" Governor Osei smiled. "They already want to. But this time, they'll need to meet our terms." In deep space, the first signs of conflict between alien species emerged. A draconian mining fleet refused to share its stockpile of human medical supplies with Caledonian ships. Weapons were fired. Both sides claimed the other attacked first. Admiral Okonkwo reviewed the footage with President Sanjaya in the secure war room. 17 such incidents this month, Okonkwo reported. Without human goods to trade and human diplomacy to mediate, old rivalries are flaring up. The Alliance is struggling to maintain order. Sanjaya studied the galactic map where red dots indicated points of conflict, and our intelligence suggests these tensions will grow rapidly. "Confirmed," the Admiral replied. "Some species had become completely dependent on us. Now they're fighting over what remains." Outside the meeting room, construction crews work day and night, building Earth's new defensive capabilities. Engineer Jun Park checked the power readings on the massive quantum shield generator, technology that had existed in Earth labs for years but had been kept secret from alien eyes. "Power at 100% capacity," he reported to his team. "If they come looking for trouble instead of talks, they'll find we're not the same humans they pushed around before." As Earth entered its 7th month of isolation, 32 Alliance species had sent private requests to reopen negotiations. Earth had acknowledged none of them. The waiting game continued, and Earth was winning. Commander Elena Reyes, now appointed as Earth's chief diplomatic officer, reviewed the latest messages from alien worlds. The stack of diplomatic requests had grown exponentially. "They're offering more concessions each day," Elena told her team. "The Vortexians are offering to share their longevity technology. The Draconians promised exclusive mining rights to their asteroid belt." Her assistant sorted through the offers. "Should we respond to any of them?" "Not yet," Elena said. "Let them worry a bit longer. They need to understand that humans won't return to the old arrangement. The decision to remain silent would soon be tested." On a quiet Tuesday morning, long-range sensors at Neptune Station detected 5 ships approaching the solar system at high speed. Unlike the diplomatic vessels that had tentatively approached Earth's borders over the past months, these ships carried weapons signatures. Zaxian warships, Admiral Okonkwo identified, studying the sensor data. The most aggressive species in the Alliance, Apparently, they've decided to take what they want rather than negotiate. President Sanjaya's face was grim on the secure channel. Options. We could hide our true capabilities, use only the defensive systems the Alliance knows about, Okonkwo suggested. Or we could send a message. Send the message, Sanjaya decided after a moment's consideration. 3 hours later, the Zaxian fleet crossed Neptune's orbit. Admiral Okonkwo stood on the bridge of the EF's Invincible, Earth's newest battleship. 3 similar vessels moved into formation around her. Zaxian fleet is hailing us, reported her communications officer. The main screen activated, showing the reptilian features of the Zaxian commander. Human vessels, power down your systems and prepare to be boarded, the alien demanded. The resources of Earth are required for Alliance stability. Resistance will result in your destruction. Admiral Okonkwo raised an eyebrow. I'm afraid we must decline your generous offer. Please reverse course immediately, the Zaxian commander hissed, displaying rows of sharp teeth. You have no concept of the forces you face. The Alliance has tolerated human arrogance for too long. Your ships are outmatched. Are we? Okonkwo asked mildly. Perhaps you should check your sensors again. As if on cue, Earth's quantum shield activated, a rippling curtain of energy extending from just beyond the moon's orbit to encompass the entire planet. Simultaneously, defense platforms that had been invisible to Alliance sensors revealed themselves, hundreds of them, forming a protective sphere around Earth. For a moment, the Zaxian commander was speechless. When he recovered, his tone had changed. This technology is not possible. The Alliance monitors indicated your species was at least a century from such developments. The Alliance was mistaken about many things regarding humanity. Okonkwo replied, This is your final warning. Leave Earth space immediately, or we will demonstrate just how mistaken they were. The Zaxian ships opened fire, energy weapons that should have overwhelmed any defense known to the Alliance. The quantum shield absorbed the attack without a flicker. Target their propulsion systems only, Okonkwo commanded. Earth's ships fired once. Precision beams sliced through the Zaxian vessel's engines, leaving them drifting helplessly in space. Now, Okonkwo said to the stunned Zaxian commander, We will escort you back to Alliance space, and you will deliver a message. Earth is ready to talk, as equals. News of the encounter spread rapidly throughout the galaxy. 3 days later, the Galactic Alliance convened an emergency session. High Counselor Zex Terra stood before the assembled representatives. We face an unprecedented crisis, he announced, his voice echoing through the vast chamber. The human withdrawal has destabilized our economy, disrupted supply chains, and created shortages of critical resources. Today I must acknowledge what many have suspected. The Alliance gravely underestimated humanity's importance to galactic stability. Our decision to delay their full membership was a serious error. 1 week later, a diplomatic delegation led by High Counselor Zex Terra himself arrived at Earth's orbital station. President Sanjaya had designated Commander Elena Reyes to meet them. Zex Terra seemed diminished somehow, his once vibrant blue skin now a paler shade. Commander Reyes, he began, the Alliance formally requests Earth's return to galactic society. We are prepared to offer immediate full membership with all associated privileges. Elena studied him thoughtfully. Full membership is only the beginning, Counselor. Earth has thrived in isolation, advancing technologies that your people claimed were centuries beyond us. We've discovered that the Alliance has been deliberately suppressing human development while exploiting our resources. She activated a holographic display showing Earth's conditions, reparations for resources taken without permission, exchange of all technologies previously withheld from Earth, human oversight of medical and biological research using Earth materials, and seats on the High Council proportional to human contribution to galactic stability. These terms are unprecedented, Zex Terra said after reviewing them. So does Earth's current position, Elena replied. The galaxy needs us more than we need the galaxy. You have 48 hours to accept our terms, or we continue our independent path. As the Vortexian delegation departed to consider Earth's demands, Alina stood at the observation deck, watching the stars. Lieutenant Chen joined her. "Do you think they'll accept?" he asked. Alina nodded. "They have no choice. The alliance is fracturing without us. What they didn't understand, what they never understood, is that humanity's greatest strength isn't our resources or creativity or resilience, though we have those in abundance." "What is it then?" Chen asked. "Our willingness to walk away," Alina said simply. "Sometimes the most powerful negotiating tactic is being prepared to leave the table entirely." 2 days later, the Galactic Alliance formally accepted Earth's terms. A new era of galactic relations began, with humanity as equals, not suppliants. The stars would now witness the true potential of the species they had underestimated for too long.